There was a time in my life when I said yes to everyone, even when I wanted to say no. I used to think that being kind meant always being available, always showing up, and always making sure that no one around me ever felt uncomfortable, even if that meant I was uncomfortable all the time. I thought if I kept being nice enough, people would finally see how good my heart was. They would love me, appreciate me, and never leave. But instead, it felt like the more I gave, the less I received. The more I try to make people happy, the more invisible I became. And that's what being a people pleaser does. It slowly erases you. You start living for everyone else until one day you realize you don't even know who you are anymore. I remember one moment that really stuck with me. I had a friend who ignored me completely one day, and I still went out of my way to put my jacket on her shoulder because she looked cold. At the moment, I wasn't really, it wasn't about kindness. It was fear. Fear of losing her, fear of not being liked, fear that if I stopped giving, I would stop being enough. And that's when I realized sometimes we are not being kind, we are being scared. We are scared to lose people, so we overgive. We are scared to even seen as rude, so we say yes when our whole body says no. We're scared of being alone, so we settle for being mistreated. But one day, something in me just clicked. I was exhausted, not physically, but emotionally. I felt drained, unappreciated, and honestly empty. I realized that I had been giving so much energy to others that I had none left for myself. And so I started changing. I started saying no. I stopped explaining myself so much. I stopped chasing people to make things right. And for the first time, I started to choose myself, even when it made others uncomfortable. And you know what? People didn't like it. Some said I've changed. Some said I've become distant or cold. But the truth is, I didn't change. I just stopped begging for love that I deserve to give myself. People think detachment means not caring, but it's not that. Detachment is peace. It's not reacting to everything that tries to pull you out of alignment. It's knowing when to walk away, not because you are angry, but because you value your peace more than proving a point. Detachment is when you finally realize you don't need to force any connection anymore. You don't need to explain your word to somebody. You stop trying to convince people to stay and start trusting that whoever is meant for you will meet you wherever you are. It's not coldness, it's clarity, it's freedom. Here's where I learned about people pleasing and detachment. 1. You can love people deeply and still say no. Okay. Second thing, you can be kind and still have boundaries. 3. You can care without carrying everyone's problem. Okay. The fourth thing is growth will sometimes look like distance. And fifth one is peace will often come after a lot of silence. At first, when you stop pleasing people, it feels lonely. It does. You will notice who stops calling you when you stop chasing. You will feel the emptiness and it hurts. But then it starts to feel peaceful. That silence that once scared you starts to feel safe, because finally you're not surrounded by noise that drains you. You were surrounded by space that heals you. If you have been a people pleaser your whole life and now you find yourself becoming more distant, more quiet, or more detached, please know you are not becoming cold. You are becoming her. The version of you who respects her energy, who protects her peace, and who doesn't beg for love anymore. You are becoming the woman who knows that putting herself first isn't selfish, it's sacred. Because when you start giving yourself the same love you've been giving everyone else, that's when everything changes. This is Becoming Her, a space where we grow, heal, and remember who we truly are. If you connected with what I said today, I would love for you to stay and grow with me here, because this journey isn't about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who we were before the world told us to be smaller. You are not losing people, you are finding.